Hello, everyone. Welcome to Sunburned Albino's Dream Journal, entry number 6. I'm so tired as a result of the dream I had actually, it was this morning. I had dreams of whatever they were last night. I don't know. I woke up at like 8:30 because, my parents were going to church and also the dog was in my room, like, whining or whatever. So I got up, I took her out. I usually sleep till like noon because I'm a successful person. So I took her out 8 because I was also starving for some reason. And then I went back up and I went to bed and it was like 9. And then I had a dream for an hour and a half and it was a scary dream, which is like, since when do you have those in the morning? Like, do you ever like take a nap in the afternoon and then that's when the horror dream is? I feel like that's reserved exclusively for late night shenanigans, you know? I don't know. I don't think, it's not right that was happening. But I did that, and then, yeah, so I went to bed at like 9 in the morning. And then, okay, so it was one of those scary dreams where I couldn't wake myself up out of it. I tried 4 or 5 times. I remember specifically, I was like, all right, this shit's freaky now. I would like to leave. And so, I do the thing where like I shut my eyes really tight and open them, and then usually that wakes me up out of anything. Is a tool that I have employed my entire life, and today is the first time it didn't work. It was broken. Whatever was in my dream was like preventing me from doing it. It's like, you can't play mind games on me like that. It's an actual spirit invading my brain and like turning my options off. You can't just toggle that shit without my permission. That's not fair at all. So the dream was, well, first it started, fine. Like, it was kind of like I was in a woman's prison, but there are also dudes in it. It was like Orange is the New Black meets Pitch Perfect, which is a weird concept, but I'm kind of okay with it. Like, I don't know, we were just kind of like joking around, having fun. Maybe it was like for a movie because there was like one thing somebody said where it's like, oh, that's so good, that's gonna go in or leave that in. But I never saw like any cameras or directors or nothing like that. So then we were, just goofing around, being in a woman's male, sometimes prison, and then we were singing a song, and we took turns soloing, and I didn't know my words, because of course I didn't. I always apparently preemptively have like signed up for the thing, and it's like when I did it, I knew the words, and then it comes time, and it's like I never knew them to begin with, but I just made up like some kind of rhyme to what the last person said, and they all acted like it was the right thing. So I was like, all right, I mean that's fine, I guess. I did good. That usually doesn't happen when I'm on stage, quotation marks. So that was fine. The scary part is that like at some point I'm in a bathroom and it's kind of foggy and I'm acting kind of drunk for like I feel drunk in there. And so the bathroom's kind of foggy, and I'm just like, I'm taking my clothes off and like replacing them with other clothes. And then I can like hear voices. And then the main issue is that every time I look in the mirror or any reflective glass surface, I see me, but me in the mirror is not doing what I'm doing. It's just being spooky and staring back at me and making these contorted faces that are not acceptable to make when you're a person that's not a devilish spirit ghost. Like, if you've have you seen Mirrors with Kiefer Sutherland? It's like an older movie. I think it came out in like 2006 or 7. I watched it when I was 12, but that's a horror movie and that's the scariest movie I've ever seen. And that's about how like there's like some kind of something, there's like a mirror world, and there's like creatures beyond the mirrors that like come up, and like what the mirror person does affects the real person like looking into it. Like the first scene of that movie is like somebody is looking in the mirror and then their mirror reflection like stabs themselves in the neck, and then that kills the real person is what I'm getting at. It wasn't exactly like that. In this, it was just I was seeing the faces, and they were making faces, and I was like looking away. I was like, I ain't gonna look at that shit. Like, you can't control me. No, no, sir. You're not pulling out sharp objects, or you're not breaking my jaw in half either. Like, just because that was like the biggest thing of mirrors is when the chick is like in the bath, and then her mirror version. This is not a spoiler, by the way, but it's just like the biggest thing that happens in the movie. The chick in the mirror is like she takes her jaw in her hands and then just like basically breaks it off with her own hands. And then you see as the mirror version is doing that to her own jaw, you can just see the chick in the bath. You can see her jaw just break open by itself. And she's like screaming, and it's disgusting. It's the most disturbing thing I've ever seen. So, and I was 12, so that's why it turned out how I am. So, yeah, so there was that. So, no, but in the dream, I was like, no, I'm not looking at that shit. Like, you can't make me. And then after I saw that, I, like, stumbled out of the bathroom, and I was like, okay, it's time for me to wake up now, because, like, no thanks to all of this. And it wouldn't do it. I was shutting my eyes as tight as I could and opening them, and I was right back where I started. And then there were a bunch of reflective surfaces all over everywhere, and everyone I looked in, it was my face being like, but it was like, it was also like a real person, like on the other side of, for example, like a front door window, you know, like a window. You know, like windows that you look, you know, windows, right? Like you like look through them, and then they're mildly reflective, but also they show you what's on the other side of the window. You know how windows work. So you could see it through windows too. Like it was an entity that was on the other side of the window and was also gonna like come in and like get me if I kept looking at it. So that kept happening too. I don't want that at all. And so I was like, come on, wake up right now. And it wasn't doing it. And it wouldn't do it. So eventually I was like, well, fuck, I'm just gonna have to, it's actually, I'm kind of proud of myself actually, because I was like, well, shit, if I can't wake up, I'm just gonna have to face this shit down. I didn't say it like that, but that was like the thing. So then there somehow in the house we were in, because it was a house now and also a prison and also just a regular house and also weird, and you know, in dreams, locations are non-distinct. They just all meld into each other, all like 8 different things at the same time. There was like a lobby, like, you know how you enter an office building or something? Oh, Best Buy actually was a good example. You know how you go into Best Buy and there's like the room, and then you go through the other double doors, and then you're actually in the store? It's like the first room is just like the entry point, like lobby kind of thing. So I saw through the entry point that like my reflection was like gonna come in through there. So I just like marched right up to it, and I opened the door for it, and I was like, bitch, and I started punching myself in the face. Like not, not backwards at my own face, but like punching the dude who was like the entity So I did, and then he was like blocking him though. But I was still doing it. I was like, I'm so badass right now because I'm facing my fears, motherfucker. Eat it. Suck it. You will not tie me down with your terror because I am not governed by such things. But it was good. And then I woke up like shortly after that. And yet I'm still dead tired because just knowing that I couldn't wake up, it's like I didn't know that was a possibility for me. I'm gonna start getting trapped in dreams now. That means that this thing could happen more often. That's not acceptable to me. I need the out. So, I don't know, looming doom sign badness is, so I don't like that at all. But that's going to do it for this dream journal entry. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, you can like, share, and subscribe. I mean, you're not watching this if you're not subscribed, but yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll see you guys next time.